Hello everyone, and welcome you all to another chapter of the social media video editing tutorial. So now we are on our chapter number 6, and here I'll be making a lower third for a video. Okay, so we'll be learning how you will be able to make up a lower third. Okay, and I'll also be showing you how you will be able to make some good animation, then export your graphics file. We'll be learning about all of this here in this particular chapter. So let's not waste time and let's get started. So here, as you guys can see, now I'm here in the home page of the Adobe Premiere Pro. So the first thing what I'm going to do right over here is I am going to create a new project. Okay, so for that, I will click on the new project option. And from here, now I will name this project as lower third. Okay, so I will name this one as the lower third over here. And I'll also choose where do I want to save it. So I'll be choosing up an application. So I'll just come down right over here. I will just save it here onto my resource file. So I'll just select this particular folder and click onto the create option, which will give me my workspace and the interface. Okay. So it's just taking a bit of time right over here. Okay. So here, as you guys can see, now I do have the workspace right over here. The first thing what I'm going to do is I am going to import a video. Okay. So the video in which I am going to export my file. So for that, I will again come down and I will go here onto my resource file. And from my resource file, now I am going to check which video do I want to take. Okay, so for that, I will come right over here. Let's take this particular video and let's open it up in our Premiere Pro. Okay, so now as I have imported the media, I'm not going to create a sequence manually, but instead I will just come here, drag and drop it here onto my timeline. And here, as you guys can see, once I have imported it, now I do have a sequence right over here with the same screen size, the same frame rate, and also the FPS are also the same, which I had here in the video. Okay, so before starting with lower third, we need to create a safe margin. Okay, so if you want to create a safe margin, you need to come over here onto this settings option here onto your preview panel. Click right over here, and from here there is an option called save margins. You just need to make sure that you click on that one, and this is how you will get a screen or a page onto your screen. Okay, so here these are basically some lines, so it is showing that where you will be able to put up your lower third. Okay, so these are safe margin. Basically I'll be putting on the lower third here in the left bottom corner. Okay, so basically they do put up here, and this safeguard is also used to put up different kind of margins, so we'll look into that. So the first thing what you need to do while creating is you need to create your text tool. Okay, otherwise you can just click on T from your keyboard. So here, as I have clicked on T, here you guys can see now I do have this particular option right over here. And now what I'll do is I will just click right over here and I will type my text. Okay, and I will just type Claire. So I'll just type Claire Smith. Okay, so I will just write Claire Smith over here. And now, as I do have this particular text, I can do a lot of things, like if I do want to increase the size or if I do want to change the font type. Okay, I can come over here and basically I will be able to select different font type right over here. Okay, so let's go on top and let's check out. Let's take this particular thing. Okay, so for that, again what I need to do is if I just want to select it, let's select this thing out right from here. So I will just select it from here, or if I do wanna just double click this thing, let's come here, let's just double click this thing up, and now I will just increase its size. Okay, so let me just increase its size quite like this. Let's come right over here and let's select the font which I am going to use. Okay, So here now you guys can see I do have this particular text box selected, and this other text box I will just select both of this and I'll just click on delete, which I had created by mistakenly. And from here now again what I'll do is I will come here and using my selection tool I can basically move it around. Okay, so now I will come here and let me just place it quite right over. So once I have put this one right over here, now the next thing what I'm going to do is I am going to come right over here, and from here basically I can choose where do I want to put up these graphics. Okay, so here, as you guys can see, now I have placed this accordingly, and this is how it will appear on my screen. Okay, so suppose if I do want to change the color, okay, so for that again, I'll take the selection tool. I will just select this whole thing up. And what I'm going to do is I am going to give this one a different color. Okay, so in that case, if I do want to add some tracking and stuff from here, like the spacing between the letters, I can also do that. Okay, and let's come over here and let's just give this one a black color. Okay, so I'll just give this one a black color right over here. And now the next thing what I'm going to do is I am going to create a rectangle box. Okay, so for that I will go into graphics and titles, and from here I will select new layer and I will just create a rectangle. Okay, so here onto my screen, you guys can see I do have a rectangle right over here. And what I'm going to do is I am going to place the rectangle right on top of my text. Okay, so now I do have my rectangle over here. And what I'm going to do is I am going to place it right here. And now I will go to the fill option, and now I will take a different color. Okay, so I'll just change the color and I will just click on OK. So after that, as you guys can see, now this one is just covered. Okay, so this particular layer is covered. Okay, so in that case now I will take this particular text layer, and what I'm going to do is I am going to put the text layer on top right over here. Okay, so now if I want to select the shape layer quite like this, what I can do is I will take the shape layer from here and I can just move it around. Suppose if you want to increase the size of the screen, so basically you guys also will be able to increase the size of the screen quite like this. Okay, so I will just put this one right over here. And in that case, now let's see the preview, how it actually looks. Okay, so this is how it will look right now. And again, now I am going to create another box. Okay, so for that, now what I want to do is I am going to create another box. Okay, so for that, again, I will go to the graphics and titles, create a new layer and select the rectangle option. Okay, so now here I have select another rectangle and I will just select it with my selection tool, and just underneath this particular text box, I am going to put up this same box right over here. And now I am going to change the size of the box quite like this. Okay, so I will just take the size of the box quite like this right over here. If I do want to increase the size a bit, I can also increase the size a bit over here. Okay, if you want to put up any shadows and stuff, in that case you guys will be able to put that here as well. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to put some animation right over here into this particular text. Okay, so in that case, now again I will come here, and now once I have selected this particular box, when I do have this particular shape, in that case now again I will just come here on top, and for this shape, now I am going to click on mask with shape. Okay, so here you guys can see I have just masked this one with the shape. And after that, once I have masked this one, what I'll do is I will just invert this particular layer. Okay, so now once I have inverted this one, now I will just position it accordingly. Okay, so in that case, again, what I need to do is I need to come here into this particular graphics, which I do have right over here. And as I do have two shapes, okay, I will just put it inside one particular folder. Okay, so for that, here you guys can see I do have an option called create group. Okay, so I will just click on to create group, and now I will put both of this layer under the group one. Okay, so now again I will just put it here inside the group one as well. Now I do have both of this thing here inside the group. So now I will just click here and I will just name this one as lower third. Okay, so I will just name this file as the lower third file. Okay, so I will just name this as lower third file and I will just save it up. Okay, so here, once I'm done with this particular thing, what you're going to do is you are going to transform this particular option. Okay, so in that case, you guys will be able to do it right from here. Otherwise, there is another option how you'll be able to do is you guys come here onto the effects control panel. And suppose if you don't have the effects control panel right over here, in that case, what you're going to do is you are going to come here and you are going to go to your Windows option, and under Windows option you need to make sure that you tick mark the effects control panel. Okay, so once you have the effects control panel, now I will come at the starting of this text. Okay, and from here now I will just change the position quite over here. Okay, so now I will select this particular file. Okay, and now I will come here onto the lower third option, and from here what I'm going to do is I am going to position it quite well. Okay, so here you guys can see I do have the option for positioning. I will just on the toggle animation right over here. Okay, so once I have on the toggle animation, here you guys can see how this actually looks. Okay, and if you want to off this one again, you guys will be able to off it again, but all of your keyframes which you have created will just go out. Okay, so now let me just bring this one down. Okay, so here from the right hand side, what I'll do is I will just bring this one down quite like this if you want. Okay, so let's place it right over here, and suppose here again, what I'm going to do is let's come right over here onto this particular option. And suppose here, if you just click on the screen, you guys can see there are different options right over here as well. Okay, so if you just come down here, you guys can also see you do have different options right over here. So let's just click onto this one over here, and again just click on to create a new layer. So let's select a new layer, let's click on a rectangle, let's come here, let's select this one, and now I will just put it right over here onto this side. And what I'm going to do is I am going to increase the size, and from here down as well I will just increase the size from here as well. Okay, so I have just increased the size from here. Click on to mask with shape. Okay, so here you guys can select the mask with shape, and now you guys can basically invert the layer. Okay, so once you have inverted the layer, now I will come here, and from here now I will just decrease the size. Okay, or I will just position it quite down over here. Okay, so now as you guys can see, you guys can basically use this particular option, but only what I'm going to do is I am only going to select this layer or the lower third panel. And now after selecting this lower third panel, I am going to position it accordingly. Okay, so here, once you have inverted this layer as well, what you're going to do is you're going to put on some keyframes. Okay, so in that case, now you need to come here. Okay, from here also you guys can actually start the toggle animation. So first, what I'm going to do is I am going to put up a keyframe right over here, and I'll just click on the OK option. Otherwise, let's come here again and let's just start a toggle animation. Okay, so here you guys can see I do have an option right over here. And again, let's say I will just come till this much. Okay, and from here again, what I'm going to do is I am going to put up a keyframe. Okay, so I'll just put up a keyframe again. Now I will just come here in the first keyframe. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I am going to bring this animation down. Okay, so let's take this animation down right over here, and let's see the preview how it actually looks. Okay, so now I will come here and I'll just cut this one. Let's put it right over here in the starting, and let's see how it actually looks. Okay, so this one looks quite slow, so I will just position it over here again, and let's see now how it will appear. So again, I can just position it the way I want. Okay, so again, I will come here and let's just position it. Okay, and from here, again, what I'm going to do is I am just going to put some temporal interpolation. I will first put the ease out option, and after that, I am going to put the ease in option. Okay, so now let's see how it actually looks. Okay, so this is how it this one is going to stay. And after that, now what I'm going to do is let's just play it somewhere right over here. And at this particular point, I will come and I'll just decrease the size of this right over here. Let's come to this last point. And now I am going to put another keyframe right over here. Okay, so in that case, now what I'm going to do is I am going to put another keyframe right over here, and for that again I will just hide this right over here. Let's come down and let's just disappear it quite like this. Okay, so let's see how it actually looks. So this is how it will appear, and this is how it will just go off. Okay, so if you want to just make it go away, if you want to increase the size, you guys can increase the size from here. Let's just keep this one and let's just drag and drop it right over here, and let's just play it, and after that it will just disappear slowly quite like this. Okay, so you can just put this particular option right over here if you want. Okay, so this is how it will first appear, and after that slowly it will disappear quite like this. And suppose if you do want to delete this one, if you just want to keep it here on your frame, you can just keep it this how here on your frame as well. Suppose if you want to decrease the frame, okay, you guys will be able to decrease the frame from here as well. Okay, so this is how it's going to appear, and after that slowly it will just disappear quite like this. Okay, so suppose if you want to do some animation right over here, so for some betterment, so in that case you guys can come here down and just click onto the position option. So from here basically you guys can see I do have a graph which I can basically work from. Okay, if you want to add some things right over here, this is how you guys will be able to add some from here as well. Okay, so let's just click onto this one and let's see how it actually looks. Okay, so let me just bring this back again and let's see. This is how it will actually look, and again it will just slowly disappear after this. Okay, so here you guys can see now I do have the option from the graph editor as well that I will be able to work with this particular option right over here. Again, come here, go to the effects control, and if you want to come down, you guys can come down. Suppose if I want to select it, okay, you guys can come here onto the this particular option, and from here you guys can actually select this right over here. Suppose if you want to decrease the size, okay, you guys can actually decrease the size from here. If you want to work with the graph editor option, you guys can actually make it quite big right over here. And also let's just come here to this reset parameter option, and suppose if you want to come here, you guys can also change the spacing. Okay, so again I will just click here onto this option or from here, And now I will just select this, and let's just move this playhead. Okay, so you guys will be able to change the position from here as well. Okay, suppose you just need to just hold this thing up, and from here you guys can actually work on with these points right over here. If you want to make it a bit smooth, okay, you guys can come here, select this one, and also hold it accordingly. Okay, so come here, and if you want to hold it accordingly, so in that case you guys will be able to do that. So now again I will come here onto my same workspace. Let's click on workspace, and now again select this particular workspace. And if you want to reset the save layout, okay, you guys can actually reset to save layout. Okay, so here you guys can see again you guys are back, okay, at the same place. So now let's see the preview of how this lower third actually works. So let me just play it. This is how it will just appear, and after that it will just disappear quite like this. Okay, so suppose here in this particular corner, if you want to put any default transition, here you guys can also put some default transition as well. So now just let's play this thing up, okay, and see how it actually looks and how it will disappear. Okay, so here you guys can see this is how it will just disappear. And the same way, if you want to put it quite over here as well, right click, apply default transitions, and let's see how it will appear here on your screen. Okay, so this is how it's going to appear here on the screen, and this is how it will just disappear. So let me just delete the first one, and if you want to actually put some animation right over here as well, you guys will be able to do that from here as well. But for now I don't want to do or make any changes. So here I hope you guys have understood this particular option, how you will be able to make up a lower third file and also do this animation right over here as well. So suppose the lower third which I have created just now, what I want to do is I want to come over here and I want to save it up. Okay, so in that case I will come here and I can just go to any other page. Suppose if I just come here, if I just want to close this panel, I will just close this panel over here, go to the effects control panel, and here basically you guys can see now I do have this essential graphic over here and I want to use it in a different one. Okay, so this same graphics. Okay, so in that case, now you guys can go here and you guys can actually go to the export as motion graphics template. So first you need to go to the graphics and title and just click over here, and now here you guys can see this is the name, lower third template. I will just name this as template right over here. And where do I want to save it? Okay, so I will just select the place where do I want to save it. So let's come down and let's go to the resource file, and now I will just select this particular folder, and what I'm going to do is I am going to click on OK. So now here you guys can see now this is just exporting this particular graphics. Okay, so yeah, I hope you guys have understood how you will be able to create some stunning lower third quite like this. Okay, and this is how it's going to disappear. And suppose now I will just save up this file. Okay, so let's click on file, let's go to save as, and from here I will just save it as lower third. So let's just come down again here in my resource file and let's save it up over here. Okay, and I'll just click on yes. So this file is being saved. So the next thing what I'm going to do is I am going to close the project. Okay, so once I have closed the project, now suppose I want to use this one, so I will just go to this other project which I had showed you guys in last class, or in this whole tutorial. This was about the cinematic video. Okay, so here you guys can see now I do have this particular adjustment layer and stuff, this cinematic view, and what I want to do is I want to put my same graphics right over here as well, which I have just created. Okay, so if you guys don't know, you guys already do have different kind of essential graphics option right over here which you guys can use. Suppose if I want to import a new one which I have created, I will come here click on install motion graphic option, and here I do have this mogurt file, and I will just open up this mogurt file right over here. Go to the search option and search for a lower third. Okay, so here you guys can see, once I have clicked over here onto the lower third, let's select a lower third right over here, lower third, and let's just click on enter. Okay, so here you guys can see I do have a lot of these options right over here, and if I just come down again, okay, so here you guys can see I do have a lot of it right over here. Okay, so suppose again what I'll do is I will come here and I will just check out the name, and I will just open it up, and here you can see this file already exists. If you want to confirm overwrite, okay, so I will just click yes right over here, and now if I just click on a local templates folder, so from here basically you guys will be able to see the one which I have just selected. So let's come right over here, let's search the name, and here you guys can see this is the one which I have created. Okay, so what you can do is you can just select this particular layer up, and you can just bring it up right over here. Suppose I want to put it up right over here, and now if you want to change something, okay, you guys will also be able to change it. Suppose here I want to name as Maria. Okay, so I will just name as Maria Gomes. Okay, so I will just name as Maria Gomes. And what I'll do is now I will just see how this one actually works. So I will just play this thing up. This is how it will appear. And after that, after some time, it will just disappear quite like this. Okay, so this is how you will be able to put on your Mogurt file in any other project you work on in. So hope to see you all in the next chapter. I hope you guys have understood how you'll be able to create a lower third, how you'll be able to export your template, which you have right over here as well. So see you all. Take care everyone, and goodbye.